Well, let me first start by saying that early on in the semester, as we get to know each other a little bit, it'll become very clear that a lot of you are in this class for very different reasons. Some of you may be working on a specialist project. Others are ready to get started with the very first steps in their dissertation. And yet others of you may be here for a very different reason and come from different programs. And so while there is a core thread that runs throughout this semester, there will be times that I tailor what it is that we're doing here for individual students. The one thing that we all have to do first, though, is to pick a topic. So the focus of this class is in developing the very first stages of your research, and that comes in the form of a lit review and a theoretical framework that supports what your methodology will look like going forward. And all of those concepts, ideas like theoretical framework and different types of methodology, get explained later on, both a little bit in this class and in classes that will come. But the lit review is at the heart of how we begin to explore a topic of interest to us, and it provides a foundation that we build on in our research. So the first step, though, is to choose a topic. And we start by just having a general idea of what it is that we want to study. But from there, we have to drill down into much more specific research questions that can frame our inquiry. And then we're going to work on that drilling down aspect in an Illuminate session, where you get a chance to share your topics of interest with other people, and there'll be some structured exercises that will help you push each other to develop research questions that you can actually use to guide your lit review. However, to do that, you need to have a thoughtful inquiry yourself into what it is you really want to study and what you want to wrap yourself around for a pretty long period of time. So, we'll start on the discussion post thinking about what topics are interesting to you and how is it that you want to study them. What kinds of questions do you want answered? What's the reasoning behind wanting to answer those questions? What are the things that you'll think you'll find? How might you use the answers to these questions to help your practice or the practice of other people? So it's more than just saying, oh, I have a general interest in a particular topic. We want to be a little bit more specific about it, so when we get to the Illuminate session, we're really ready to roll. On your discussion post, you'll see some guiding directions that will help you do that. And then I'll bop in from time to time, maybe to add some clarification or to push you a little bit further. And then we'll take that information with us into Illuminate. And as I said, share it with everybody there and begin to push each other a little bit. If you find that somebody else has a topic that's close to yours, don't look at that as a bad thing that you have to turn away from. Maybe that's a really interesting way that you can work together. You can share resources. If it's a topic that you've seen other people have done before, then that's okay. You just have to think about what's your original contribution to the field going to be. How are you going to do it slightly differently? Or how are you going to look at it, apply it to a different context? So those are some of the things I want you thinking about as you imagine what kind of topic you'd be interested in. There are some links on the website that direct you towards library resources, both for looking up dissertations and looking up research in the ERIC database. When you start to think about a topic, I think it's a really good idea to try to plug those keywords related to your topic into a dissertation search to see, particularly in the last 5 years or so, if other people have been asking similar types of questions and how they went about developing a dissertation around it. And that's going to help you think about how you might do the same thing later on. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask, and I'll look forward to learning more about your topics of interest and seeing you online.